Bro, how do they make you feel? If I had to choose between the sun, the moon, or the stars, I would choose your eyes as they shine brighter than them all. Bro.
She wrote, bro, there's plenty of fish in the sea, don't worry. It was gonna be me and her against the world, but now half of my world is missing. That's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be... She wrote, bro, there's plenty of fish in the sea, don't worry. It was gonna be me and her against the world, but now...
Bro, I just miss her so much. What do you mean you miss her? Bro, she literally destroyed your entire mental health.
I didn't run away this time, right?
Bro, I just miss her so much. What do you mean?
Imagine a portal opened up and the person who stepped out was the best version of yourself from another universe who possessed everything you wish you had. The best version of you is deep within yourself. You have to find him by yourself. No one's going to help you but you. And one more thing. Does this sound familiar to you? I'm too tired right now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start on Monday. Your future is determined by every decision you make now. Wake up if you're serious about climbing to the top. And one more thing. Why aren't you following? Imagine a portal open. Growing up playing video games with friends is often amongst a gamer's fondest memories. The friendships built from gaming together as kids are there for life. Gamers often drag themselves through a day at school because of how excited they were to come home and play games with their friends. While we often look back at the games we used to play with a melancholic nostalgia, it is really the people that we played with that made those memories special. It was truly a simpler time, but it did not last forever. Eventually, the friend group started to grow up, and despite the fact that everyone remained close friends, the world started to demand more from everyone. One by one, your friends stopped logging on. Whether it be work, school, family, or a significant other, the old days of gaming eventually ended. This is a sad thing to acknowledge, but it is also important to remember how amazing these memories are. Many people who didn't game with friends as a child will never be able to understand how impactful these times were for you. And even though these times have passed, we will always remember them for how incredible they truly were. Growing up playing video games with friends is often amongst a gamer's fondest memories. The friendships built from gaming
how impactful that was to us, but that unfortunately as we started to get older, life's responsibilities came in and the old era of gaming eventually ended. Now the video did really well, but the one thing that surprised me is how many people in the comment section have shared the exact same experience. The majority of us have never interacted and we've all lived completely separate lives, yet despite this we have these very similar gaming core memories that tie us all together. And in my humble opinion, that is a testament to the value of gaming, that despite the fact that you and I don't know each other at all, we share this deep emotional connection through gaming that pretty much just connects us all. And it is a comforting thought to think that even if it's just through the memory of gaming, none of us are truly alone.
Growing up.
Do you know why hugs are so beautiful? Because the right side of you does not have a heart, so it is empty. And when you hug somebody, you will have a heart on both sides. Do you know why hugs are so beautiful? They say the hearts are connected. I missed you. Did you feel it? They say the hearts are connected. I knew from the moment I met you, I would spend a lifetime missing you. I knew. Verlieb dich immer in die Augen. Denn I told you I'm a man of few belongings. You ask for my heart, but sadly, I can't give you what you already own. I told you. Do you know?
Man, I can't believe it didn't work out. It's right person, wrong time. Funny you say that, bro. If they were the right person, there wouldn't be a wrong time. Keep that in mind. Man,
Worrying makes you suffer twice. If it's out of your hands, it should be out of your mind too. Worrying makes you suffer twice. If it's out of your
Tío, ¿de dónde viene lo de ser un Don Juan? Porque eso tiene que tener alguna explicación de algún personaje histórico o algo así. En plan, un tío que liga mucho se le dice Don Juan. ¿Por qué? Ah, por el LM de show.
Bro, I have a question for you. Oh, what's up, man? Do you think everyone deserves happiness? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they? So why do you think that you don't deserve happiness? Bro, I have a question for you.
There's been about 100 billion people who have ever lived.
Wow, really?
Yes. Do you know how many people can exist? You take a look at the genes, find out how many combinations of genes can make an authentic human being. And it is stupendously larger number than the 100 billion. What it means is you are alive against stupendous odds. You are breathing air, observing sunsets, gazing into the night sky. Most people who could exist will never experience that.
Wow. It's the gift. Because most people that could exist mathematically
will never exist.
Wow. So right there you are
you are as special a living entity as there ever was.
Amen.
There's been about 100 billion people who have ever lived.
Wow, really?
Yes. Do you know how many people can exist? You take a look at the genes, find out how many combinations of genes can make an authentic human being. And it is stupid.
Worrying. You wrote, bro. Just remember that nobody is ever too busy. It's just a matter of priorities. Just remember that if you only follow the path of others' thoughts and opinions, you will never find the path of true happiness. If you only if they ever come back in your life, don't forget how they left in the first place. If they ever come back. Bro, graduation is in less than 2 months. Bro, graduation is in less than... He runs so much faster than me, I'll never be able to run as fast as him. You shouldn't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. He runs so much... You wouldn't plant a seed and dig it up every few minutes to see it if it has grown, right? No, of course not. So why you keep doubting yourself, man? You just gotta be patient, trust the process, so you could eventually blossom into a flower. You wouldn't plant a seed and dig it up every few minutes to see it if it has grown, right? No, of course not. So why you keep doubting yourself, man? You just gotta be patient, trust the process, so you could eventually blossom into a flower. You wouldn't plant a seed and dig it up every few minutes to see it if it has grown, right? No, of course not. So why you keep doubting yourself, man? You just gotta be patient, trust the process, so you could eventually blossom into a flower. You wouldn't plant a seed. You can't control which bird flies over your head, but you can control which bird lays a nest in your hair. You can't control... Just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you should drink from any cup you see. It might be poison. Just because... I keep failing at trying to get a personal record for my race, bro. Don't think of it as how many times you failed. Think of it as how many times you got back up. I keep failing at trying... Bro, what the fuck? They say you should never go grocery shopping when you're hungry because you're not gonna grab the right things. It's the same with life. Never go into a relationship when you're lonely because you're not gonna get the person that you need, rather the person you want. Love's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be... They say you should never go... Man, I'll never grow on YouTube. Let me just make more TikToks, I guess. If you're covering the painting in mountains, how do you expect to see trees when it's finished? Man, they say you should never... Bro, I got a challenge for... The difference between a brave person and an unbrave person is that the brave person still moves even when they're afraid. The difference between... Just wanted to say how beautiful it looks out here. Just wanted to say how beautiful it looks. Bro, when I reach that goal, I'm gonna be so happy. There isn't a path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Bro, there's no TikTok song that can get me dancing like that, man. Oh, really? Have you heard this one? There's no TikTok. Man, I'll never be able to run a 400 below 50 seconds. The man who says they can and the man who says they cannot are both correct. Man, I'll never be able to... Bro, it's snowing outside and Mom told us we don't have school. Bro, it's time to let them go, man. They had a great run, but it were just a lesson in the end. It's time to let the— Bro, do you remember 3 years ago where you tried jumping into the pool off of your roof and your mom walked outside while you were doing it? Oh my gosh, that reminds me of that party and how amazing it was. Bro, I can't wait till this era is over. I'm literally sick and tired of— You know, these times could be the good times. You might just be focusing on the wrong things. If you're lucky enough to play the game of life, you need to appreciate every moment, because a lot of people don't appreciate the moment until it's gone. Bro, you've been getting into so many accidents. Do you not learn? Through all these accidents, I've learned that nothing in life is promised except death. You gotta appreciate what you have. Bro, you've been getting into— It looks beautiful outside today. Have you seen it? It's always beautiful, bro. You just haven't stopped to look around and appreciate it. Bro, that black eye makes you look so tough. How have you been able to be so happy recently, man? When a person is rich, they typically have multiple sources of income. It's the same with happiness. In order to be very happy, you have to have multiple sources of happiness, you know? Who or what has made you smile every day? Bro, is there a reason you've been with her for so long? When the sun is fortunate enough to fall on her body, it wouldn't be able to make a shadow because nothing in this universe could replicate her beauty. Even the finest, most durable sword will eventually rust if you throw it into the ocean. Man, I'll never be good enough for them. If you always care about what other people think, you'll always be their prisoner.
What if every time you went to sleep and you woke up, you passed into a nearby and very similar universe, but not quite the same? And depending upon your choices and how you live your life, it's how you wake up and what new one you pop into on the other side. And everyone's just a little bit different. The whole world changes just a little bit each time you make a decision, one way or another. Everything changes when you wake up. You think the world is static, because it is when you're awake. You have no fucking idea what's happening while you're asleep. And when you wake up again, you have this foggy recollection of the past. And that's what you're going by. You're assuming that nothing's changed and everything's static, and while you were asleep for 8 hours, nothing weird happened. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What if every time you went to sleep and you woke up, you passed into a nearby and very similar universe, but not quite the same? And depending upon your choices and how you live your life, it's how you—
Think about where all the largest snakes are in the world. You know, we've got all these wet tropical environments that house these huge snakes. The only place that has a wet, tropical, humid, high density of prey environment that doesn't have a massive snake is the Congo, Central Africa. But during World War II, there was a colonel who flew over there, and this was a well-respected colonel who him and his 2 passengers in the plane both reported a 100-foot-long snake. They flew over it once, they were like, wait a minute, what is that? And flew over it 2 more times to verify it, and got so low to the ground that they said the snake struck at the airplane, and all 3 people, the pilot, this well-respected colonel, and the 2 passengers, had the exact same story of this giant snake in Central Africa. Think about where all the largest snakes are in the world. You know, we've got all these wet tropical environments that house these huge snakes. The only place that has a wet, tropical, humid, high density of prey environment that does—
How many people do you think are happy?
Well, they just did a study. 67% of people are unhappy. but happy as fuck is a good answer.
Yeah, but this is something I've cultivated for a long time and avoided things that make me unhappy and figured out what those things are and been very rigid about eliminating them from my life. And one of the big ones is eliminating interactions with people that are negative. That is gigantic. How many people do you think are...
I think the ocean creatures are very bizarre.
How about those giant squid that they found on that oil tanker? So they had a camera deep under this oil rig, and they spotted this thing with these insane long appendages. Look at this.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's different.
Look at the fucking length of those, what'd you call those things?
Tentacles?
But look at the legs on it. It's like an insect.
Yeah, that's very bizarre.
And it's 100 feet. It's huge. Like, look at that thing.
It's crazy.
Man. I mean, if you saw that underwater, you would shit your pants.
100%. I think the ocean creatures.
Arthur. Try to do the good thing.
I'm afraid. You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. I tried. In the end, I did.
All my life I have worked towards this goal, and for what? To be brushed aside as easily as a common housefly by an android? A true Super Saiyan would not have fallen.
You don't have to be the bad guy. You are the most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. And you are capable.
Bro, how do they make you feel? If I had to choose between the sun, the moon, or the stars, I would choose your eyes as they shine brighter than the